Is it possible to not lose a single game in a season in Football Manager? Well, we are going to see that right now as we take on that challenge with Barcelona, where if we lose, the video ends. In terms of player transfers, well, I disabled them for this season. And probably the only season, but I disabled them because it wouldn't be fair, adding even more power to this already good team. And in terms of tactics, this is our in-possession tactic, and I try to recreate as much as possible what Barca are playing like in real life, and try to just use any FMCs that I remember from FN24. In terms of out of possession, I just try to direct everything through the middle and press our opponents as much as possible to regain the ball back and then counterattack according to our in-possession tactic. A quick detour in this video, as in this FM universe, Argentina won the World Cup in the final against Spain with goals from Messi and Enzo Fernandez, securing them a win on extra time. I hope this is actually going to happen in real life too, if this video actually comes out before the final, which I know Spain is at least in. To return back to the topic, these are our friendlies and the friendly cup we played. And I'm not going to count friendlies, not because I lost to PSG, but because they're not official games. Also, here is the rest of the schedule, as this is the schedule we have in the league, where if we survive that game against Real Madrid, I think we can get to probably December at least. And this is our team for the first game against Celta Vigo, where you can notice on the right wing there's no Lamine Yamal. You would question yourself why. Well, the reason is because I was dumb enough to not register him for the first game. But don't worry, I sorted that out for the second game, but in this first game against Celta Vigo, we won 3-0. And I would say it's good that we included Anthony Gordon in the team because he actually scored a goal and it was our first one in the season. Nice. And you know, when you make one mistake once, it's alright. But when you make it twice or more, then you're just dumb. And in this case, that happened, as I again did not register Yamal and these guys, but still, we were able to win without them against Getafe. It was close, but our hero Araujo got us out of the trouble. In the next game, I finally registered them and Lamine played his first game, where we destroyed and gave Real Singh the Brazil treatment like we are Germany. And in the next game against Alaves, we continued in the same fashion, winning 5-0 and still retaining the first place. However, our next game is against Real Madrid, which means we are going up against, in form, and the special one.
I am Jose Mourinho. I've coached the best clubs in the world. I've won the Italian, Portuguese, English and Spanish championships and the UEFA Champions League twice.
Also, Bernardo Silva, I forgot he actually went to Real Madrid. Yeah, crazy. I thought he was actually going to Barca, but he somehow ended up here at Real Madrid. And against that Real Madrid, well, we destroyed them 4-1. Thanks to the goals of Gerard Martin, the GOAT.
That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Fermin, Ronaldo Araujo, who is in amazing form this season, and Jules Koundé, as Mbappé had his Mbappé special.
What's the Mbappé special?
For example, nothing. For example, nothing.
Well, he did score in the 6-7.
6-7, I just bit right on the highway.
I want to myself. And with that victory, we hold firm onto the first place, where we're competing with Real Sociedad. It's not even Real Madrid anymore. I didn't know Real Sociedad was this good. I mean, they conceded only one goal this season. And the period of tough games continues, as we have Champions League up ahead of us with Roma and Manchester United at home, which I think we'll be able to take care of pretty easily. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, as you can see, Roma is in terrible form and they're sitting in the relegation zone. Yeah, I know it's after only 2 games, but I still think that this team is not performing that well. For the game against Roma, our shark, our Ferran Torres, is injured, which means that we're going to have Olmo at the striker and we are continuing this season without having a proper striker. Still, even without a proper striker, we were able to win and claim our first points in the Champions League, even claiming the first place. Well, at least for now. Our next match was against our heroic defender, Ronaldo Araujo, was injured. Still, besides him, we, I think, had our best 11. And that injury did not stop us to destroy Manchester United 7-0 at home, which I just did not expect was even possible, but I guess it's just against Manchester United. After a pretty easy match, we also notched up 2 more wins in the league. After those 2 wins, I needed to rest my players because, well, there were too many games in a short period of time, and it was enough for us to win against Villarreal. After that, we had our first loss of points this season, as we drew with Real Sociedad in a difficult game where it was pretty close. Looking at the schedule, our next 3 games are relatively safe, but the November is the most difficult part, with these Champions League games as well as Atletico Madrid game, where if we survive that, we may even get to the half of the season where, as you can see down there, is the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup against Real Madrid. Yeah, if we survive till the half of the season, I think it's a miracle. And in the first game of the 3 relatively safe ones, well, we actually drew 3-3 against Ajax in the Champions League, which we repeated the same result as in the previous game, but still I did not expect that would happen against Ajax. I expect more of this team, but still, at least this challenge survives, for now. But in the next game, we are back on track, correcting ourselves with a Pedri hat-trick, serving Almeria an actual Brazil treatment like we are Germany as we won 7-1. But in the game against Osasuna, well, we are back on track to draw actually, as Budimir scored a goal in the 91st minute to save Osasuna and deal us another draw, enabling Real Madrid to slowly but surely creep behind us in the league. Now we are back to the Champions League, playing against Milan with our, again I would say, the best team, where we cruise to a 2-0 victory, with goals from Lamine Yamal and Pedri. We continue cruising in the league too, with a 2-0 win against Deportivo La Coruña, with goals from Marc Bernal and a penalty from Rafinha, who after this game got injured, as he had international duty with Brazil, which means against Atletico Madrid in our derby, we're going to play without one of our best players. Hopefully, we can still do well. And continuing with our best team, where Gordon replaces Rafinha, oh.